Welcome to the Heretical Podcast. I am Jake. Today we're joined by Chill Through Will, Heck and Josh. Well, it's Josh. If you couldn't get that by now, what are you doing? And then Tanner. Say hi, Tanner.
Why'd you do that? Why the fuck did you do that?
Because
you gave
Tanner
every gamer tag but Tanner.
You gave out
Okay.
no gamer tag for you, then you gave my gamer tag, then Josh's gamer tag, then no
I was
Tanner.
gonna get to mine last.
That's very inconsistent.
Well, I was.
Damn it, we settled this. We said no more gamer tags, we were just doing names.
We
settled this
Okay,
3
we argued
episodes
about
ago.
this last time.
We even yelled at Tanner for this. You did too. We all yelled at Tanner for this last time, and you just did it.
No.
I'm gonna start smacking
okay.
kids.
Well, do that, because I ain't a kid.
Smack you anyway.
Alright.
His hands ready for everyone.
Okay, it's your normal crew that does this podcast. No one else does the Heretical Podcast. You know our names.
Nobody knows our
That's
names. We're
not
nobodies.
the point, though.
The fuck are you talking
I
about?
settled.
We're fucking nobodies, Jake.
Josh, drop the topic. Josh,
No!
Nobody
stop.
fucking knows
I will
us.
drop you on your head like a small child.
Look at Brig, I'll put you on the
You
ground.
heard it here. Jake abuses kids. Do what you do.
Oh, don't.
Enter
Yes, you
lips.
do.
Okay.
Script it, whatever you want.
Okay. Cut. Let's do this again. Start from the top.
Nope.
No, we're doing this again.
Too late.
Josh, you're adopted. Alright. Starting from the top.
Welcome to the Heretical Podcast. This episode is brought to you by me, and my final co-star, Josh.
Oh, we see how it is. Josh, take time out for us now.
Oh, you're blaring that at me?
That's Josh. Who is this dandy fuckhead?
Tanner.
What?
Tanner, you didn't put the party on invite.
Why is this party invite only?
Ah! Shut up!
Tanner, you ruined. I don't remember who this is. Alright, hey.
We're doing a podcast?
We gotta do something important, so. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I kicked him.
Tanner, we gotta. Okay, scrap that. We gotta do that all over again, because Tanner's an idiot.
Hey, it's fine. Just roll with it.
This is
And it's
the
a failure
best
at everything.
Hey, Willie.
Alright,
I'm
this
getting
is the
animals
final
for you
episode
right
of-
now, okay? So I'm not a failure.
This is the
stop
final
lying.
episode of the Heretical Podcast. After this, the
This
entire
is.
group fell apart, and we were no longer friends.
We all killed each other.
We were at each other's throats by the end of this podcast. Y'all went or
Hey,
something.
look at a black bear. Just a little baby
Yo,
one.
And
That's
that was the last we heard
racist,
of
Will.
Maybe.
What's it to you?
Wait, maybe
maybe
towards
that was-
one of us.
That's what I was gonna say.
There was three
Don't worry about it.
concise different entries into what we just all said.
That's exactly the point, Sergeant.
There was a. That's the last of Will, and then I said that's racist.
You can't.
Tanner didn't say much.
Tanner said something.
You can't donate raven bodies to Crips.
Okay,
Hey, you
So-
can.
alright.
Did you skin it?
Got a bone to pick.
Oh, I thought that
Did
didn't
you
matter.
pluck it? Yes, that does matter. He only takes carcasses, basically.
Alright,
Okay.
so I got
If
a
you
bone to
pluck him, he
pick
won't
with,
take it. Alright. What's your bone,
my-
huh? What's your
my
bone?
to pick
What's
is
your bone?
Activision Infinity War. I got a bone to pick with these two companies.
Speak your mind!
What about that friend that you got kicked from the party?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about your bone to pick with him?
I don't even remember who that is, and I don't even know why they joined.
Oh, he came in here. He's
hey,
like, hey,
He
what's
said
up,
he
Jake?
remembers you. Yeah.
I'm like,
Hey, what's up, Jake? And then you're like, I don't know this. He's like, it's T-dubs. And then he was kicked.
It's me, your friend. What's up?
Remember me,
I don't
dog?
remember who T.
Remember me,
don't
dog?
even-
No. Damn.
That's why I was like, I don't remember who this is.
Ooh.
I
3-star cougar.
I'll probably get an angry message about it later.
Oh,
or
yeah.
not saying. Can't believe you forgot
I'll-
about me. Remember
I'll
we
accept the
played
hate
that
mail-
one
hate
game?
We played that game. You know, the one
We're full of
with
material.
the shoots
with the shoots and the
Well,
puzzles.
you need
and the
to
bang
buy
bangs.
material. You need to buy product.
But no,
But
my bone is to pick
Anyways,
is
continue.
that these two, Activision and Infinity Ward, have officially killed off Call of Duty. Modern Warfare now. They've officially just killed it off. You know, I thought, okay. After Black Ops 3 came out and they ruined Black Ops for me, I thought, okay.
Black Ops was ruined at 3.
Modern-
Where the hell were you?
I said Black
3
Ops
wasn't
3,
terrible, but
3 ruined it for me. For me, at least. And then they go off and they do this whole,
Perfect Cougar's worth $13.50, by the way.
survival
not that.
in the new Modern Warfare is only going to be for PlayStation.
Which
Dude,
actually
we get it
pisses-
after a
they're-
year.
Yeah, they're pissing it. That pissed off every game community. PlayStation's community is pissed about that too.
Okay, well,
It's pretty dumb.
I mean, I just think that this is just ridiculous.
Guys,
No
Get
amount of
that every
backlash
year,
is
come
going
on.
to change it. No amount of backlash is going to change it. They're
Guys.
already locked.
Oh,
we
well,
get it in a year. Come on,
Who
it's
gives a
okay.
shit
We
if
get
we
it when
get
the
it
new
in a
one
year?
comes out.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm hating. Is Call of Duty is now just, oh, we'll pump out one, and it'll be mediocre quality, and it's gonna be just a skin of the last game. It's gonna keep washing.
I thought you were going to stop your complaint at when they said we're going to pump out one. I was going to say, that's been their motto for a very, very long time.
Oh,
That's what it's been for a long time.
And see, that's that's the thing that annoys me. Is, you know, for a while they had this whole competition going on with Halo and Battlefield. Well, it's like, okay, it's really nice. They're all trying to do each other. Well, yeah, but then Call of Duty, you know, just was like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go poop the bed. And
Why
Battlefield
does it
was
say
like,
that this is under Borderlands 3?
I don't
That's
know.
so weird.
And then-
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
Yeah,
but it
yes,
says the
Will.
stream for this isn't 3.
It's Will. It says Borderlands 3.
Okay.
Fuck.
And
They
then
really changed it last
and then-
update.
Yeah. It's still Heretical Podcast 12. 11, sorry. So.
Jake, come over here.
Alright, continue, Jake. Go ahead,
Um,
Jake, continue.
I marked the
then
bison
I
over
said,
here. You need
it's
to
just,
grab.
Tanner.
I'm telling you, you need to
I
get
don't
a
care what
bison.
you
There
did.
is a merked bison that you need to get. Do you not understand that, Jake? Is this too hard for you?
That's what I'm saying now. Oh no, and then Battlefield just kind of was like, oh hey, World War II, which was I was excited for, and then they somehow ruined it.
I like World War II.
I actually didn't mind World War II.
It was okay for a little while, I think. Until they hit
It was
that
okay.
one, I don't know what it was. Once it hit that rebalancing patch where they changed a bunch of different weapons and like made different weapons work differently, that's when I didn't like it because they overpowered, I can't remember what gun. I think it was the 1941. Well, the SVT was always really powerful. That was at the
Yeah.
start. But the counter was that it sucked ass at close quarters.
And now, I
'Cause
mean,
it was super inconsistent.
ESTG, 9, whatever.
now Halo,
Seems good.
it's been on and off. Halo 4 wasn't the best, but
Halo
Halo
5
4's
was
multiplayer was good. Story was shit.
yeah, it was. The
Yeah,
multiplayer
Co-op
all
was
the
was-
good.
multiplayers are solid.
I was supposed to be in
Stories, all the stories start going downhill after Reach.
Mhm. I'm just really hoping that, you know, Halo actually brings something to the table that's not just making me want to pull my hair out and slam my controller against the floor. That's just me,
Every
but
game
Well, so far
Yeah.
the little weird leak things that I've seen, because based on that new thing they made for, it's like a Halo-based like ride, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really sure where it's at. It's like a big
Oh,
Halo ride,
Waypoint?
though. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
Waypoint
that's it.
thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a museum.
It's like a, yeah, it's like a big ride they did where you you go on like a,
Also,
a
we
quote
can't
unquote
donate
pelican
materials.
type thing.
Oh, I haven't heard about that, but I know about the Waypoint like, museum.
Okay,
Little
there's
Waypoint
some.
There's like life-size, everything's
don't-
life-size in there.
Yeah, I think that must be the place where it's at. It's like a little ride-along kind of thing. It's like a virtual reality ride-along. and you sit on it, or you watch it, or whatever it is, and it's like a bunch of pelicans flying around and shit. And you, it's just like showing a ring, but it's showing all this new shit on it, and people are guessing that it's supposed to relate, because it's, if I remember right, it's a flight on the Zeta Halo ring, which is where the new one's supposed to be based around, if I remember right. I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember. There's something linked, but I've seen a bunch of shit on it.
It sounds really cool.
Can't remember the video. I watched it like a couple of days ago, maybe 4 or 5 days. I don't remember anymore. But it's something about the ring that they seen, and it fucking correlates to the new thing, and it's supposed to have like a bunch of stuff that's supposed to be from it.
Also, by the way, we cannot donate materials now.
It's full.
Just hold on to them. Give it a bit. Sit and bullshit at the fire.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of giving hope for Halo because I just don't know anymore. It's like game series are dropping off way too quick because people don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're doing, they're just not doing it
They
good.
choose to not.
Making
They
money.
just choose. They choose to ignore the voices of the community.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
so it all wants
That
to
or
it's all the
in
hype
cases-
for games now. So everyone already pre-orders it. That's where they get most of the money from, is the pre-order sales, probably.
I was gonna say
E3
that
is
or
falling
case
off.
of
People don't even give
Yeah.
a shit about E3 as much as they used to. I used to love
Oh.
E3, now I just
Oh,
don't
yeah.
even give a fuck. Last E3 wasn't bad, but only like half of it was good. Or not even half, only the Xbox show was honestly good, and that's not even because of my
Wait,
biases.
PlayStation not even
Sure,
show anything.
No, they didn't go.
Wow.
PlayStation didn't
Yeah,
do anything
PlayStation-
at E3.
No, they didn't.
No,
go.
they weren't there. Yeah, they weren't even
Yeah,
there.
they didn't.
I believe
Oh,
it was just Nintendo, Microsoft, and Bethesda.
Nintendo,
That's really it,
Microsoft,
yeah.
Bethesda, Square Enix.
Square Enix was there.
Square Enix has fucking sucked. It was garbage. I expected good things from them because of their like big remaster. I was like, oh, this will be kind of cool. Maybe they'll have some good new content. Maybe like a Supreme Commander like random reveal. I know that's unlikely, but something cool. Nope, it all sucked.
The only thing
Every
I
fucking
actually
bit of it
enjoyed,
sucked. It was
Square
literally
Enix's thing.
95% old games.
as I said, the only thing I enjoyed
they're
about
riding
it
the
was the
remaster train. They're trying
Pretty
to ride
much,
the
yeah.
nostalgia train.
As I was saying, the only thing I was excited for was Final
Fuck you.
Fantasy VII Remastered.
Yeah, but they've announced that fucking 8 times in a row.
Alright.
Hey, we've got the Final
Yo.
Fantasy VII Remaster. Cool. Another year goes by. Final Fantasy VII Remaster. When's it coming out? At some time. Then the next one. Final Fantasy VII Remaster. Alright, what do we got? Gameplay.
I don't know. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to be hopeful. Because.
Fuck your hope.
Willie, you're
Shut
doing
up.
me here, buddy. You only gave me
No.
$6 for that
But,
delivery.
I don't know. I'm really hoping that rather people start picking up the crap or people just stop making games. People are just like, alright, we can't apparently keep doing this.
Stop
crap at
making
it.
games.
I think they need to launch a bunch of new series instead of just keep going off the old ones and ruining
Yeah,
it.
new IPs.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Willie, your production's halted.
Yeah, they're waiting for the supplies to come in.
So,
So we're gonna be sitting here waiting forever.
on a different note, that isn't fucking funny
Denials?
about everything that a given company is trying to do. What we're playing right now is the fucking trader bounty and whatever the fuck this DLC is called. Frontier Opportunities. Fun as fuck. And it is reviving this game's player base.
Oh, Tanner left us.
Yep. Well, your stuff's full and I don't want to wait around, and I'm pretty sure I got stuff to deliver right now.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I was just gonna keep delivering.
Hey,
I'll join and help you with your stuff at some point. Just right now, I'm trying to get mine super grinded.
I gotta put it in
Will.
trees.
I'm pretty sure
Got
you and
wolves,
me have had this conversation. Like months ago, we talked about them needing to add like wagons or something to
Yep.
this game.
Now
And
they
some
have
form
them.
of like profit off of hunting. A good thing, like adding up putting out a
Josh, come back.
shop or something. Or oh, you need help.
Mhm.
But it's
Please
like,
continue.
we've really talked about basically everything that's happened in this update before.
Yep. Back when this game's online first came out, and we played it for
What the fuck?
ow.
Couple days.
Jesus.
It was really lackluster.
Yeah,
Well,
it was fun
probably
for a
for,
bit,
like,
but after they kept
2 weeks, I would say.
we had fun for a while. We had fun for a couple
Yeah,
of
we
weeks.
had fun for a
'cause we did
while.
fishing and stuff. But the problem was is that
Hunting,
they
fishing.
they kept nerfing all of the good ways to make money, so you didn't have money. So you couldn't buy or do anything without burning.
And the only
all
way
your
to make
money.
money was really playing
Ever.
multiplayer. Or those
The economy also
Oh,
used to
jobs.
be really bad. Yeah. So the economy also used to be really, really bad. You used to not make jack diddly shit for money, and everything used to cost like $700 for a low-grade weapon.
Aside,
I mean, they
well,
eventually
no,
upped it, which was good, but
before the rainbow trout patch, you could make what, like $100 a run on rainbow trout, right?
no. It
50.
was 40. It was like 45. They were like $4.
It was still a really good amount for that time.
It was a good amount for that,
Yeah.
which wasn't bad, but the economy was still shit because you still didn't make a ton of money, and everything cost like $700 for an average at best rifle. But
It takes
then
like
they updated
15
it and they
minutes to
changed
get
the
to
economy.
10,
Yeah, but still,
get to
though,
10 fish.
you still had to do it like 10 to 15 times, damn near, just to get one average grade weapon, maybe.
Yeah.
And then the
And
other
then it
problem
was
was then they finally updated it, which was okay. They fixed the economy a little bit. Everything costed less. Instead of costing 700, it'd be like 300.
But they
which was
nerfed
good.
the hell out of fishing and
But-
hunting.
Yep. Then fishing became like $250, and hunting became like a couple dollars. It wasn't worth a shit. And
Yeah,
there was nothing to
it
do
was
at
like-
that point.
They nerfed
Because then
it by
they
like
started
a
going
third.
against PvP players. Yep. Then they started going against PvP players. If you shot other players or shot fucking cops, all of a sudden you got like 50-cent bounties, and you couldn't make money for shit at that point. Money was completely non-existent. So it was like, great, I gotta throw away all my money if I just shoot somebody, even if they shoot me first. Because it was all fucked up at first.
Mm-hmm. And then there was
But now it
once
seems
the
like
poker
they're,
came out. That was the only thing this game really had going for it at the time.
I still don't like how it's being game chat just to play poker online.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
We got a private. Yeah, we still got a private one, but
Mm-hmm.
Not like that. You're far too old for me. Craftsman and salesman. Talking of which, we have a batch ready to go. Got some buyers lined up not far from here. So over to you. Go make the deal.
yeah, they've really turned this game around online wise. Kind of started getting some footing.
Which I'm glad Rockstar is doing, because I love Red Dead. I love old Western games.
I didn't really like the first game's multiplayer too much.
I loved the first game's multiplayer.
The one thing I loved about the first game's
Which
multiplayer
game?
was
Sorry, I
'cause,
missed that part.
Red Dead
Red
Online.
Dead 1.
The first Red Dead.
See, I liked it
Game's
because
multiplayer.
I really liked it when they put out the Legends pack, and you could play the Red Dead Revolver characters.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I played it a lot. Only drawback was there wasn't much to accomplish.
It was just mindless. It was like GTA 4's online. It was just
It was GTA
mindless
4,
shit.
but
You were
Red
just
Dead.
doing whatever and goofing off.
You were just doing you with some friends.
Mhm.
The only
That's
goal
why-
of it was to get gold weapons.
That's why it didn't click with me.
I had a lot of fun in GTA 4 Online, primarily because I used to do the swing set glitch. That shit made for fucking
Oh,
hours
that
of
was
fun.
fun. That was so much
I
fun.
don't care what anybody says. It was super simplistic, but it was so goddamn funny.
That's the way a lot of games were back then. They were simple but fun. Like looking back at the Halo 3 custom games, they were so simplistic.
I don't know, man. Depends where you got your game modes from. Those fuckers. Oh man, some of the ones
Some
I
games
had.
were fucking complex as hell.
Bunker Hill and Vietnam Shack were some of the ones I had. Oh man, those fucking things.
I
would be
was like
diggity.
talking about like, Fat Kid. What, ice cream truck.
Mhm. There's a lot of bison out here right now.
And Garbage Man. Those ones were the shit.
Actually, that's where I met a lot of friends between me and Will.
Garbage Man was a lot of fun. Jenga was great. The original Jenga.
Oh,
Jenga.
yeah.
I love Jenga.
Yep.
What was the
let's
one
see.
where you had to slide down
Fat
the ramp
Kid?
going super fast, trying to run over your
Oh.
friends?
Speed Halo.
Yeah, Speed Halo was so
Is that
fun.
what that was? Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
that's
you know
what
what that reminds me of?
It had different.
Oh, I forgot what those games were called. It was the, it's like the Duck Hunt one, but instead of it being like they run the track, it used to be a giant race track with a bunch of fucking traps.
Halo.
You had to get like a mongoose or a warthog. Were they called Halos? I
So
don't
it's
think
called
so.
Halo. Because you would go around a halo around the person in the center that had like a sniper or rocket launch.
Mhm.
Yeah, those were called Halo.
Yeah, I had multiple, but a lot of them weren't called Halo. I had a lot of cops and robbers. That shit was fun.
Mm-hmm. I love the
I really
games that
like
were
the Prison
custom games that
Break.
were Halo Reach.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
The Warden games, where one person was the Warden, you had to follow what the cop says.
Yeah.
Try to do
That
like
was awesome.
prison breaks and assassinate the cop and everything. Dude, that shit
Those
was
were
fun
so
as hell.
fun.
Actually having to listen and stuff. I loved those games, dude. Fucking
listening
Cops
and,
and
like-
Robbers was one of my favorite.
Role playing as a prisoner and like trying to prank on random people.
Everyone's first time role playing.
Yeah. It's in Halo 3.
What? Oh no, this was a good one. My favorite game mode was probably. It was honestly probably between Sumo Hog. Sumo Hog was my favorite one.
Dual
By far.
Hulk?
Sumo Hog,
I don't remember.
where you
that
had the
one.
giant hole in the middle, and everyone slamming each other.
I've
with
never heard of
hogs.
Sumo Hole. I've just heard of Sumo.
Sumo Hog.
I've never
I
heard
said
of
Sumo Hulk.
first person.
Warthog. Sumo Hog.
I've
You're
never
saying
heard of it
hog
called that.
in a
I've only
very
heard
weird
of
way.
like. I'll tell you what I've heard of. I heard of the wonderful fucking derby matches where it's like the hillside fucking King of the Hills, where you have the big King of the Hill and everybody gets a warthog and you have to shoot like shove each other off of Rat's Nest or something.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in Reach, there
Those
was the
were good
game
times.
mode where it was like capture the hill, and like everyone had to be in a warthog. If you got a warthog, you'd be teleported up to little corner spots, and you throw grenades down them.
Mm-hmm.
What game was that called?
Good times. Probably just something around like oh god, I don't know what it is. Something with hogs, I'm sure.
I used to remember when people used to change the name of like Fat Man stuff. Tried to be, they tried to make
Try to
it
be original.
seem like. They're like,
Try to
hey,
make
this
it
It
is
was literally the
players.
same map as
this
something
is,
else.
Yeah, this is complete. Yeah, it's complete something else, but it really isn't. You know what's one thing I missed from Reach? Invasion.
Invasion.
I can't wait for like the Reach's remaster to come
MCC.
out.
Oh,
Whenever
yeah,
it
I can't
comes
wait for
out.
the remaster. Playing
I
nothing but
I
Reach.
think it was kind of funny how 343.
Whenever it comes out,
343
my
kind of-
ass is going on there for a long time.
Oh fuck
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
man. 343 put out a joke on Steam, putting out the release date. It was like March 2033.
There you go, boys. Nah, straight up, dude. Those fucking what you call in there? I'm gonna play the shit out of that game when it comes out on the MCC. I don't know when it'll be, but I can't wait, man. As soon as that fucking game comes out, On there, my ass is on there for the longest time, guaranteed. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
That shit's
See-
not being changed for like weeks. Oh,
See, I remember like
That game was probably the game I played the most on the 360.
Yeah, I'd agree with that hands down.
I think the first Halo I really actually got really into.
Was
Halo
Halo
3
I
and
got-
World at War were the first two games I had for my 360. So
The first,
first game I
had
ever-
for my I'll let Josh
Sorry,
first.
go on. You on. Okay, the first game
I
I
was
ever
gonna say-
actually had was the Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. That was before I
That's a
even
pretty
had
good
an Xbox.
That was a game. First two games I ever had on Xbox was Halo 3 and Gears of War.
We
Gears,
still need to
that's some
play
good
through
stuff.
those.
Mine was Gears
Yeah,
of
I'm
War
gonna go
2.
with you. I'm with you at some point. Gears of War 2 is my first Gears of War, and I fucking loved it. Me and Michael used to split
Gears
screen
of
all the time.
That used to be a fun split screen game, first of all.
Yeah, I love the second one.
Yeah,
It's my
I never
one of
really
my favorites.
got to split screen games that much. I was always the one brother. I was like, "Oh yeah, you're playing." The controller wasn't plugged in.
Oh yeah, see, I
Dick.
would say see, the thing was though, it's like my uncle. It would be between my uncle and my stepdad. Which one would be
Making of
playing
a
the
murderer.
Xbox? And I'm like, when do I get to play?
Yeah, that's those TV shows, The Making of a Murderer. That is how you start the making. Hey, look at a bunch of loofla.
But yeah. See though, my stepdad was like, "Oh yeah, you're
What the
playing."
fuck?
Like it would be a single player game. My controller would be plugged in. But uncle was like, "All right, you want to play? You can help me out. Here, I'm stuck at this part. Look up what I gotta do." Oh, okay, fine. So I'm reading, looking through. That's how I think it was Final Fantasy 12. I think. Or 11. It was one of those two.
A lot of people hated those. I actually enjoyed them.
It was on the 360. I don't remember.
Oh,
which one it was,
13.
though.
That's 13.
It was 13.
The one with like 4
Hey.
discs.
Yes.
The one you had to take out 93 times to play.
I
Mark was
tried,
like,
but
"Hey."
my friend of mine did that to me. I was like, "Yeah, I'll play it. I'll play it." Never played. I sure. Yeah, I still have it. That's not it.
I still
Never
have
came
two.
around
I
to
have
it.
that. I still have 13, 14. And my uncle was like, "Alright, here. I bought Final Fantasy 13. The strategy guide was also on sale. What's this for? You're going to be looking at the strategy guide. But why? Because I need someone to read the strategy guide while I get stuck." Oh, okay. And I found myself at the back of the glossary just looking at the enemy types. It's like, so what do I do at this part? Oh, I forgot. God, I'm supposed to be doing
Oh.
two things at once.
Oh.
I got a Bison.
Well, do you want more
I'm
Bison?
just here doing things, doing stuff with peoples. I still have Final Fantasy Tactics. I have 7 somewhere, 9 somewhere, I think it is. And then 10 and 12.
We still need to play
F15,
through that
but-
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah.
We meant to.
What's the
Three-star
Crystal
white-tailed deer, what the
Chronicles?
fuck?
What? Tim?
It's the Crystal Chronicles.
It was one of the only games on GameCube that was the Game Boy compatible thing, or you used your Game Boy as a controller. That and
I never knew
Legend
that
of
was a
Zelda
thing.
Four Swords. There was
There's a
those
skin
were the
back there if you
two
wanna pick it up.
games. Skin back there. Yeah, I got it. There was. Those are the only 2 games that ever had that. I brought them up to Will's house. Well, you were over. We never got around to playing them.
We played Super
Yeah, we were
Monkey
too busy
Ball.
with everything else. Monkey Ball,
Yeah.
shit, man, that
Remember
game's
Super
awesome.
Monkey Ball. I love that game.
Yeah, we all played it when we were up
You
here.
mean Sabrina played The Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, we played that for a little bit. That was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really play
I'm-
like a ton of games that weekend.
No, we didn't. Didn't play too
We're more
much.
just hanging out.
Yeah, we made a lot of food.
Oh yeah, dude, that
We had
stir
that
fryer
big-ass-
was so good.
Big
Yeah,
ass
it was.
fucking breakfast.
The little bit of burnt parts certainly suck, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but
there wasn't
the
much we could do.
majority-
yeah, there wasn't much we could do with the little burnt parts. That fucking chicken was frozen.
Oh shit, there's that
like
Will,
fucking
there's
solid.
that weird guy again.
Yeah.
Oh hey, that chicken was frozen
it's not killed
solid,
this
and then
time.
that fucking. Then the goddamn grill, dude, it just caught on fire on one half for so long, and it toasted the fuck out of two of the
We did
breasts.
the best that we could.
Pretty much. It wasn't bad though. You're definitely right. It was really good, regardless of the burns. Like if you took out the burn parts
A
when you
little
bit into them, it
extra
was pretty damn good.
On
Yeah.
the burnt chicken.
Mhm.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, the
Alright,
fucking.
Will, you want to talk to him?
Yeah, dude, that stuff was fucking good, man. Like I said, if you
It
didn't
was.
bite into the burnt shit, I loved it. And then, like I said, we had
The
that big ass
steak was really good,
breakfast,
too.
sausage, bacon, waffles, fucking sweet
We had the
rolls.
cinnamon buns.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just called me a trespasser on my own place. Now
No,
I
you're
just sat on him.
trespassing, right?
Oh! Oh! Jesus! Alright, whatever. Gonna cook. What did you shoot him with? My god.
A little mad.
It blew his fucking head off. Those don't usually do that.
Well,
What'd
it's
you
got the
shoot
shotgun
him
around it. You gotta remember, it's got the
Oh,
wood
you used the
shell in it.
shotgun round. Okay.
Hit the shit out of you.
Can't believe you just executed that poor homeless man.
Was he asking for food?
No, he
No,
was,
he was
like,
just sitting
"You're
at a fire,
a
then he called me a
trespasser, I said
trespasser."
leave.
It's my camp.
Maybe you should have just left.
Oh. Well, I'll leave now with his body, I guess.
That's fair enough.
I don't want old man blood around here. Here, I'll take care of that. Well,
So I love it how we're just truly just talking about the game as we are also reminiscing.
I'm down.
You know, one thing I definitely miss.
This is the
When we-
This is the
when
memory
Playing
podcast.
Reach.
Well, that and
You know
you
what
guys
I
ever
remember?
using GameFly.
Never
No,
used it.
Never used GameFly. Not a big thing in the
Yeah, I never
Too
used it.
small.
I knew what it was, but I'd never used it.
Same.
I always
I was
wanted
just
to
a
try
fan of
it.
Blockbuster.
You know what I remember?
Where it's at.
You know what I remember? A time when I said that I was going to put a small name on every single podcast to give a rough idea of what we talked about, and then I didn't do it ever again.
We did it
For
once.
that episode and that episode only.
Yep. I would say, you know what? You know, that's what I remember right there is saying that I'm going to saying that I was going to fucking put those on every single podcast so you could tell what we kind of
Well,
talked about, and then I did it for
come
the
back.
one
I-
episode
hold on,
that we
hold on,
talked
hold on.
about it in,
Put it down. Put it
and then
down.
I didn't do it again.
Well, I brought gift.
I don't want it. Get away from me.
On my screen.
That's what I remember. Not holding my word like a real man.
That's what real men do.
That's
So Will's
what.
turn.
Yeah. Oh God, what's that? That's what men do? Isn't that on like SpongeBob or something?
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
No.
It's been a long
end
time
goes.
without it, my friend. I don't know. I'm just a white guy in a poor family. Plot twist.
I
I
was going
am.
to say something. Oh,
Hey
Or-
Josh,
oh,
Jake,
yo.
I got a question
You.
for you boys.
What?
No.
Do you think Olive Garden is fancy?
Oh, this is a good one.
That's a yes for you, Josh?
Well, for where I live, it is, yes.
Jake?
Yeah.
Fancy or no?
Yes. Fancy.
Me and my girlfriend got into a play argument. about how she doesn't think Olive Garden is fancy.
I'll move that bit.
It's
But
like
Let's see.
being a poor
Oh shit, I
white
just called her a
man,
bitch. Now Tanner's gonna show her this video and then
I
she's gonna hate
think-
us all.
it's fancy as fuck.
it's all over for him now.
Game
Sorry,
over.
Tanner, I just ruined you.
I think it's a super fancy fine dining establishment.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And she's like, no,
Pretty
that's like
fancy.
mid-tier fancy. You don't even have to dress up nice for it. I'm like, what places do you have to dress up nice? I don't even own any nice clothes. Like, they
What
just
Places
look
you
at
have to
me
dress up nice
scoff.
are places we're
hell?
not welcome in, Tanner. Just accept that those are places we aren't welcome in.
Like, they just,
We don't
they
go
would
to
see
those
me
type
pull
of
up
places.
at the restaurant, I'll
Nope.
open my door, take like 1 foot out onto their parking lot. Like, you're not even good enough for our pavement. You have to leave.
Like as soon as I kick the
can't
door
walk
open,
on
they're like,
our
"Get the
premises."
fuck out of here!" Jesus Christ, what are you here dirtying up the air? Get the fuck out! This is
Are
high
you wearing
quality air, you
Vans?
know.
Those are too cheap for our
We
our
pay
parking
for
lots.
fucking air around here. Get out of here.
Would you get out of here? You're contaminating the air with your lower class.
Go into Olive Garden
You know who-
last night, and she said that it was it tasted really good, and we'll take that.
Has she
as a
never
win for
had
me.
Olive Garden?
No, she has. It's not in like 10 years, but she thought it tasted great, and I think that's a fancy restaurant, and counting
So-
it as a win for me, boys.
Hell yeah. So speaking of fancy schmancy shit, alright. So I had to do a drive the other day, right? I had to go to a spot I haven't went for in my past because I have a new route. I had to go to a place called Harbor Springs, man, Michigan. You know
That
it,
place
Hannah. It's
sounds
not too far from
familiar.
you. That's just by Petoskey.
That's why
But,
it sounds familiar.
Just a little thing for everyone. It's not meant for our kind. That's rich folk area. That's like rich white family neighborhoods. Like there used to be, I don't know which one. I want to say it's either Chris Pratt or Tom Cruise used to have a fucking house up there, like a summer home. So it's
Until it
rich
burnt
people
down.
territory. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I got there. I had to do a delivery, right? And I kind of looked around, like, oh, maybe it's not too rich, because there's some like older style, but maybe it's just looks niche. Nope, nope. They definitely had the mentality up there. I go into the building. I got the one item to the lady. She's like, "That's it?" I'm like, yep, that's it." Okay, papers. Right here, signed them. She's like, "All right, thanks." Yep, no problem. I was like, just checking to see. I was like, "You got a
Well, I think you
pickup
took
for
her
me and
return.
everything?" I was like, "You got a pickup for me, right?" And she's like, "Yep." Walks over and she's like, "Yeah, here you go." It's like the most
They just had that
attitude
really
fucking style of
snotty-
talking. Yeah, she had like a super snotty style. I'm like, bitch, finna fight a motherfucker.
But blue collar is like the
Working out
normal
those-
working man, right?
Yes.
Yeah, blue collar is us.
He's-
White collar is upper
he's
echelon
like-
people that think they're dogs.
He's like, oh, look at this
Hats.
blue collar worker.
Look at this faggot delivering me the stuff that I need so I can maintain my life of being this rich snobby bitch.
Probably gonna make my
See.
my floor all dirty. Ugh.
See that's where I have the upper hand. When someone does that, I can just spend their food.
Fair enough.
You heard it here. He's a criminal. Take him down.
Fair enough. He's one of them charlatans.
You uncultured piece of
Hey,
swine.
I worked in fast food. I never once spit in anybody's food.
Neither
Because
have
you're a good man. Not he's spitting people's food every day.
I seasoned someone's food once, but then they didn't. They left before they even knew what happened because they forgot their wallet.
You seasoned?
I sneezed.
That seems like a
Oh.
you degenerate.
I was about to say, you
Yeah, I never
seasoned
actually
someone's
liked
food?
food.
How dare you season someone's
But they
food?
forgot their wallet after they ordered the food.
Yeah,
So
they
you made
they
it,
went through
and they
drive-through.
left.
Yeah, they went through drive-through
Wait.
and then they left. And so it's like
He
I
left?
took it and I just threw it away.
So they just
They left.
grabbed it.
No, they came back later. They came back like right as I was leaving. And they're like, "Do you guys have my food?" And I was like, "I'm looking." I'm like,
No.
"Oh."
I kind of
Yes, no, maybe
sneezed at
so.
it earlier.
They left their wallet?
At their house.
Oh,
How do you go
Bro.
out?
I don't know.
How do you leave your house?
Who goes out to
drive
fast
without
food,
grabbing your wallet?
leaves their wallet at home, and then comes back, grabs it, and goes back for fast food? At that point, I just stay home, man.
I would rather starve at that point. Like, come on.
I just go to a store or something, so I didn't have to go back.
that is
That'd be
too
embarrassing.
awkward.
Be like,
Move
yeah, do you have
towns,
my
maybe.
chicken nuggets, please. I was here 20 minutes ago.
Well,
Yeah,
Hey, yo,
well,
dog, I
I
was here 2 days ago. I forgot my wallet. You still got my food? Sir, we
One thing I
figured that out
remember that I
back
did
in July.
something similar to that was
What the fuck, dude?
I want to
You
go-
don't got my food?
Where my
I
phone,
went to go to Sheets, but I had forgotten my phone because I had my mobile order on my phone. Went back to the house, got it, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go to the store and get some Oreos, and I'm just gonna make my own milkshake. I
Fair
don't
enough.
really want to go to Sheets. Plus, I made
So back
ended
to
up
the
making
topic of
milkshake.
Oh, I thought you were drifting to an end. I apologize for my white
Oh.
privilege.
Get your white privilege
Like
out
this?
of here.
And I can say this, a mint milkshake is actually really good. Mint Oreo milkshake.
Strawberry milkshakes are good. Back to the one topic of fucking with people's food. See, I never fucked with anyone's food, even if they pissed me. Okay, I never fucked with it bad when they pissed me off, not like in a nasty way. I would just make it poorly.
You just
Like,
like make a
if-
super sloppy burger.
Like I wouldn't
Whatever.
spit in it or like do anything like that because that's gross. But like if you were being a dick to me, if you were being a dick to me, I would straight up not feel bad about fucking making your sandwich in like the sloppiest way I've ever made.
I've never worked in the food industry, so I can't say anything.
Well, consider
Don't.
yourself lucky.
Yeah.
Consider yourselves lucky. You guys never had to live that truly underprivileged life.
Yeah. That me and Will had to live.
I
Yeah.
just went straight to
You
working
guys
in a
live with
factory.
those families with decent-ish money, so you guys didn't have to worry about this shit. Josh especially. Fucker's got family with like $2 million.
That's
Well,
bullshit.
Shut up.
I got underpaid working at the state park. Does that
Hey,
count?
hey, go steal this guy's stuff.
No,
You got real
it's nowhere
money.
near as bad as fast food, trust me. At least there you're kind of alright to do your own thing. You didn't have to deal with people's bullshit as much. Like, yeah, you kind of did, but not as much.
Well, I mean, I
You
had
didn't have
to
to take
kick.
their pristine orders.
I had to kick homeless people out of the park because some guy, me and my boss called him Mr. Neighborhood Watch. He came up to the station. He was like, "Yeah, there's two people just sitting at a
Oh, just
campsite. They look like they don't
$50.
belong here, and they're rolling something. I think it's a couple of marijuana cigarettes."
Also,
He's
Yeah,
trying to
alright,
watch
don't
out for
tell
your
me the
community
guy
and you're
was a
laughing at him. He is protecting your community and you dare laugh at that hero.
Yeah. So I went over there.
Yeah,
they
what
were
you're
just
telling me is
rolling
the
their
guy's
own
a
cigarettes.
snitch.
Yeah, he's a little snitch bitch. He even had like the stupid dad stash.
My
So he
horse
fit the
died,
character
guys.
bill.
I noticed. Alright, put him on one. Put him on one.
But the homeless people were pretty nice.
Why did my horse die? Just like snapped its neck on the fucking train. No, you reminded me of a beautiful story back when I worked at McDonald's. And by beautiful, I mean it was the most fucking weird-ass goddamn thing I've ever had happen to me. Yeah, it reminded me of a real good one. No, I was working at McDonald's, right? It was me, this really small girl. She wasn't bad looking, she was cool, whatever. Tiny though, she couldn't have done anything. And then a manager who was really skittish. And this weird guy, super weird, like... I can't even really give it... Okay, he was definitely Muslim because he was bringing up Allah a lot, so it was really weird. I don't care about religion.
Was he
but
like,
the guy
can I
brought
get
up
one
Allah a lot. No,
Whopper?
no, no. Oh, no, it gets way weirder. Way weirder. Okay, he comes in with a backpack. He's got, like, his glasses and everything and all that. And he's like, something about Allah and this and all that. And he's like, hey, can I just get a water? Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. And he's got like his books, and like we're like, okay, all right, maybe he's like a college student, whatever. It's cool, right? And then we go out there a little while later, and he's like walking around with his book, talking to himself, and he's just sitting there talking to himself, right? And we're like, all right, that's kind of fucking weird, but it's cool, whatever, no
It's whatever.
biggie.
He's not bothering
And
anybody.
then I look out there a little bit later to realize he's walking around taking a bunch of like garbage shit, right? Like I literally mean like boxes from like apple pies and everything that he finds in like the garbage. And
Yeah.
he's building little shrines on each of the garbage cans.
What?
I literally mean like little weird shrines. Like he was putting pebbles in like really peculiar spots. He was putting like little tokens and stuff on it in really odd spots too, like making certain towers. And then they were in
I'm
like a
gonna be
certain
real with you,
shape where
dude.
they were meant to
He was
symbolize like a
summoning
throne.
He was summoning
I'm
something.
not gonna lie to you. He just might have been. But he was doing it, and he was doing it on every garbage can, which was what made it weirder, because we had two of them. We had one up in the front, like by the exit, and you had one in the back by the bathrooms. And on both of them, he built the same exact shrine with the same amount of boxes of apple pies, and he put the same stones and the same fucking coins in each spot. And he was walking
He's
between
trying
both of
to-
them, doing like this shit with his hands while like saying something. And then he started doing like a chant between each of them. And I'm kind of just sitting there watching them from the fucking kitchen. And I'm like, am I have to go out there and fight a guy? Like, what the fuck's going on here?
He's trying to
So we're
summon
kinda
the
watching,
power
like, well, maybe-
of Allah to take down Mickey D's.
Something. So we're sitting there, we're like, all right, we'll give him a minute. Maybe he'll just leave, all right? Maybe he'll just leave so we don't have to call the cops and he might blow us up because this motherfucker looks like the type of guy. It has nothing to do with him being a Muslim. He just, the way he was like messing with shit and tinkering with it and talking about, yes, the placement here and this and that. The motherfucker looked like he was trying to build like some kind of bomb or something between everything. And like the books and shit that he had out, and then his backpack was full of like a bunch of different wires and everything, which made it even more fucking worrisome that he was trying to build like a bomb in one of these fucking garbage cans. Because not only was it weird, he's building these shrines and chanting between everything, something that sounds like some kind of religious verse, but I'm not sure. And then he's like got all these wires and shit in his backpack that's open on his table with all of them sprawled out and like connected to different things, and I'm like, all right, okay, whatever. And like I said, this went on for a solid like 2 hours. That we were just kind of sitting there watching this guy, and they're like, "Well, should we call the cops?" And they're like, "All right, call Steve." And Steve was like the runner guy of it. And they called him, and we're like, "All right, what do we want to do about this?" And he's like, "Is he hurting anybody?" We're like, "As of the moment, no, but we're not really sure how to feel." And he's like, "Okay, so we can't really call the cops technically yet because you haven't done any like." He's like, you're gonna have to ask him to leave, and then it'll be trespassing if he doesn't leave. I'm like, okay. And they're all like, well, who's gonna ask him to leave? Kind of look around. I'm like, oh, I'm the only guy. I guess I'll do it. Whatever. I don't really mind if he stabs me. One of you better stab him back. But whatever.
As long as
So,
someone retaliates.
I go up to him. Yeah, as long as somebody throws like a fucking vat of hot oil on this bastard, I'll be alright. Even if I die. So anyways, so I go out there to talk to him, and he's like fucking half sprinting now between both of these shrines he's built on these garbage cans, and he's chanting at each of them every time with his book wide open, constantly looking at it, like reading these fucking verses from his book, of which I wasn't sure what it is because it was like covered in a weird fucking like book cover thing, so you couldn't tell what it was. And he's just like chanting off of it. He runs over, he looks down at it, and he chants something at one, then you go back and he chants something at the other one. I'm like, alright, what the fuck? So I kind of go up and I'm like, hey man, we're going to be closing up soon. You gotta go.
Docks are looking good.
Because we were kind of getting close to the closing time.
What do you
and
say
it
to
was,
that?
You know, it was like, this fucker's got to go. And he kind of just looks at me and he keeps going back and forth. I'm kind of like following him, like we only got like less than an hour here, and we got to get closing up and we got to get going, man. And he kind of stops and he looks at me. He's like, okay, I'm almost done. I'll be out soon. I'm like, what the fuck you mean almost done, motherfucker? The fuck is that supposed to mean?
He's got to chant at least 30 times at each garbage can, and then he
And I
can
was
go.
kind of like, yeah, and I was just like, well, almost done with what? And he's like, oh, I'm just doing something. It's no big deal. I'm like, oh, great, this only gets better. He won't even fucking tell me. Cool. And so I go back to him, and I'm like, all right, so he's just doing something, and he said he's good, he'll be gone. Like, what's he doing? I was like, I don't know, he wouldn't tell me. He was like, it's just something, I'll be done soon. And that's all he's saying. They're like, great, he's gonna kill us. And I was like, yeah, this looks like it's gonna be the end. Everyone, we're gonna die here.
Everyone's gonna die in the shitty Mickey D's job.
Yup. And so we're just kind of waiting. You know, like, great, so what do we do now? And then, surprisingly enough, he actually leaves. But he leaves his little shrine things up in the building.
Oh no.
So I'm just like, aight. He left us his devil-worshipping shrine. That's cool.
Did you destroy him?
And so we're like, yeah, I went and tossed all those fuckers out. But not until
And now
after
you're
he left
cursed
again, because I didn't want to enrage him. Oh, no. It got weirder still. So he finally left the building, and we're getting to our closing point. Alright? And so we're closing, everything's on, we're talking about it, kind of joking about it. And then as I was walking by one of the drive-thru windows, I seen something go by. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look out there, and now he's walking around the building, holding his book and chanting and reading his thing while walking around the fucking McDonald's. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I thought we got rid of him. Now he's walking around the outside of the building, walking in circles around the whole building, reading from his book and chanting, because I opened the window just a crack to see what the hell he was saying, if he was, and he was just doing the same type of chants this time, but faster outside. I was like, what the fuck
You're like,
is
I guess I'm
going
gonna
on?
die.
And yeah, I'm like sitting here thinking, I'm like, great, so now we don't know what to do, because this fucker's on the property, but he's not, so we're not really sure if we can kick him out. It's already at 11 o'clock at night now, so our boss is asleep, and we're not really sure what to do with this. We didn't want to call the cops for nothing, because we're not really sure if you even can in that situation, or what they can do. None of us were really thinking about going outside, because I was like, God knows what the hell he's planning, he keeps doing this weird shit. I was like, he either has a knife, maybe a gun or a bomb somewhere, God knows. His vehicle, we think he had a vehicle, but apparently he never did. He just took off walking down the road chanting at some point. But this was still another 45 minutes before we hit that point. Yeah, he walked around the building for a solid 45 minutes to an hour, walking in circles around it, chanting. Then he stood in front of it for a little bit. Like, he'd walk around it a few times, then he'd stand in front of the two double doors, and he'd stare into the building, like, chanting. And I'm like, okay. And then he'd walk around the building a few more times.
Some like bath salts or something.
I don't know, maybe. But yeah, then he walks around the building a few more times, and he stops at the front, looks at it again, and chants a couple more things. Then he'd walk around the building a few more times, stops in front, chants a couple of things again. And I can't understand what he's chanting, because he's doing it in another language, of course. That only fucking puts the cherry on top, is this fucker's been chanting in either Arabic or Latin. I couldn't tell, because he was doing it so goddamn fast. I just knew it wasn't English. I mean, I know Latin now, so I don't think it was Latin, but like I said, he was doing it so fast, I have no fucking clue what he was saying. And he just did this for another 45 minutes to an hour, just walking around the McDonald's every couple of, like, he'd walk around a few times, chant a few things, and stop at the front and chant. He'd be walking around chanting the whole time, then when he stopped in the front, he would chant it, like, really fast and a little bit louder. And then he'd go back to walking around, chanting it. Then eventually he stops, does the same thing, gets a little bit louder and a little faster, and says it. Then he goes back to walking around and chanting, and we're just watching him through the drive-thru and the cameras, trying to figure out what in the ever-loving fuck is going on. And that was by far the weirdest night I had ever worked in a fast food restaurant. Some weird guy building shrines inside the restaurant, staying there for 2 to 3 hours or whatever the fuck it was. And then, yeah, continuing from that. And then staying outside and doing it for 45 minutes to an hour again in the middle of the night. And then at the very end of it all...
in school... Oh, no, go on.
Oh, I was saying, and then at the end of it all, we're getting ready to leave. We're like, great, what do? We just walk out and get in our vehicles? Or do you think we should kind of sit here and watch what he's going for? And see if we put a bomb in our car? And we're just kind of watching him, and then eventually he just stops in front of the building, does his final chant, sits there for a minute, and then turns around, walks straight out by the road, stops, turns to the right, like in a dramatic way, like when you're watching like fucking soldiers do their march and then they do the 90 turn, goose step off the side. He stops there kind of like that, then just does a 90 turn and just starts straight walking all the way down the fucking curb, staring at his book, chanting again.
He's doing the holy word.
And I was just like, what the hell have I encountered this day?
Yeah, when I was still at school, the local BK that was right down the road, like every day when I would go by there on the bus to go to the technical school, there was some dude with like a long, greasy, slick back ponytail and a gray hoodie on his laptop. He'd stay in there for hours because he would still be in there on my way back. is watching My Little Pony in VK on his laptop for like 3 hours a day.
See, the only funny story I have was when I was in high school. A kid moved down from New York. So he wasn't used to Pennsylvania weather where it snows one day, it rains the next, it's nice, and then it goes back to snowing and raining. We have all
So it's kind of like
all
Ohio.
seasons
Wait
in
5 minutes.
a week.
Wait the weather. So it's kind of like.
Ohio. You don't even know Michigan, kids.
I was gonna say.
Good point.
Listen
Yeah,
here.
but I was
all
I was gonna
Hold on,
say. I
hold
was
on,
gonna
hold
say.
on. Tanner,
Yo, do you
Tanner,
not know
everyone-
how weather is?
Tanner, let me finish my story before I break your kneecap.
Hold on.
Fuck your story, man.
I've thought this for a while, okay? Everyone's always like, you don't know this weather, you don't know our kind of weather. It's like, the weather's just all whack in general. Like, it's not condoned to one particular state.
I got the special
Actually,
weather. You
Tanner,
go.
it kind of is, buddy. That's like a legitimate
Well,
thing,
like-
like how snow in the South doesn't really happen.
But yeah, but like,
Snow in
the
the South
general
doesn't happen.
locations
Some
of,
places
like,
have tornadoes, we don't.
northeast side and then the east
Oh,
coast and south, whatever.
there is a distinct difference between Ohio weather and Michigan weather. There is a distinct
Yeah,
difference.
there is like a legitimate big
It's
difference.
because
like each
like, all
state
the
literally
lake-
does have its own weather.
because of all the water that's around Michigan, you guys have completely different weather as compared to Ohio and Pennsylvania.
Yup.
See, because we get like
Michigan's-
really bad lake effect, and Wisconsin gets the
Yeah.
same bad lake effect.
No,
Well, Ohio doesn't.
no. Wisconsin does not get anywhere near the lake effect Michigan does. Every side of Michigan is literally, every part of Michigan is a peninsula. It's literally all water surroundings. There,
Yeah.
That's why we have like the weirdest weather. It's kind of like a big thing too that I've seen like labeled, and not just from like Michigan sites, but like other people's sites like Florida, all these different like sites from other states that say that Michigan has the weirdest weather in the United States due to how it's positioned. Because we have Great Lakes on every side of Michigan, our weather is the most fluctuant, weird shit you'll ever get. Because of how the weather switches, because we'll go from like, we're one of the few states that's had snow in the middle of summer. Because of different random shit. Back in like the
Yesterday it was really
1980s, I
sunny
think
and
it
it's, like,
was.
75, and now today it's super cold. It's like
Yeah.
50.
Like, Michigan has one of the biggest, like, weird fluctuating types of weather ever, like, in the States. Because Ohio, they have their weird thing, Pennsylvania has their weird thing, but almost nobody has as weird of things as Michigan. Because everybody will have their thing, but, like, Michigan will quite
whenever
literally
that
go
gets
through
brought
all
up-
4 seasons in a day. Not like, oh, it got a little chilly like winter. Like, we can quite literally have snow in a day where it was 70 to 80 degrees.
Alright, can I finish my story?
I
Wait,
suppose.
one more point on that.
Because, you know...
Hold on.
No, Tanner, I don't care.
I just
time
like
to talk.
everyone
Fight,
always
fight,
says
fight,
that
Tanner,
stuff
Tanner,
every
Tanner,
time. They
Tanner,
always
Tanner,
say that their
Tanner,
city has
Tanner,
their own
Tanner,
special
Tanner,
crazy
Tanner,
weather.
Tanner,
Oh,
Tanner,
my
Tanner, Tanner, Tanner.
I can still hear you.
Alright.
Not.
You're good.
Just had to get Tanner to shut up. But no, as I was saying.
So,
interrupt.
anyway.
Don't look around principle. So what happened was, kid moved down from New York, and it's in the middle of winter. And he's like, you know, I'm used to it snowing a lot. I'm like, well, have fun. It was nice out. I think it was like in the 50s. He's like, can't believe you guys all wearing shorts. You guys are all cool about this. Something's wrong. Like, no, it's just Pennsylvania weather. He's like, yeah, you guys are weird down here. Next day, snows completely. It's like, what? What the hell is this? It's like, oh, trust me. Next 2 days, it's gonna be not snowing. Didn't snow the next 2 days. Dude's like,
You had a
okay,
very
you
weird
guys.
encounter.
Yeah. Dude thought we were.
Most people from the
different
north are
worlds.
the opposite, because Pennsylvania's down more south side, isn't it?
Yeah,
In
it
the
would be
middle, but
50,
more
and
towards the
they would
southern.
be like,
Yeah.
why is everyone wearing
Well, where
jackets?
I'm at,
It's
it's
pretty
more towards
warm.
the
That's like 50.
Yeah. So you had the weirdest experience from a northerner, because it's usually you guys are wearing fucking pants and shit, and we're all wearing shorts. So I don't know what kind of pussy New York. Well, okay, I guess it was a New Yorker, but I don't know what kind of pussy you had.
Well, no, see, and then also, he was like, it's snowing outside, because I wore shorts no matter what. Snowing, raining, hailing, I'm in shorts. And a hoodie.
Masturbating.
Shorts and a hoodie.
Yes.
All
So
right, you're a
everyone's like-
degenerate. Shut up.
Hey, I wear shorts and a hoodie to work just because it gets super hot. Like, it's cold in the morning.
Because it gets super
And
hot?
then it gets
Okay.
super hot in the day while I'm working. So I just take the hoodie off and then I'm shorts and a t-shirt. And I don't want to wear pants.
I was a bit confused at the start of that. It's like, I wear a sweatshirt because it gets super hot. That's how I
Alright.
heard that.
I wear shorts and a hoodie because it's cold in the morning. And then progressively through the day it gets super hot and it gets to like 80 degrees in the shop. And I don't want to wear pants. So I just take the hoodie off and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt and it's all good.
You're borderline degenerate.
It's reasonable.
Kind of, but you're still a borderline degenerate.
I don't know why.
The fact
What
of
do you guys
man
think?
cannot be changed. Borderline.
But no, as I
I
said,
mean-
no,
I did almost get kicked out of school.
Racist. Anyways, back to you being a
So
degenerate, Jake.
I had a
but yeah.
interesting
No.
story.
Jake was talking about his degeneracy. Hold on. Jake.
But yeah, no. And the guy was complaining. I was like, there's nothing really complaining about it. I enjoy cold weather. Am I not allowed to wear shorts?
No.
Never.
Yeah, me and him got into a bit of an argument. I just told him to shut up because he doesn't know anything. He's from New York. So that's about it.
So, there was
Josh,
this one kid at my
You got a
school.
story? Yeah.
Yes. There was a kid at my school. He just got off parole. First day back at school, he walks up to the high school cop and says, "Fuck you! I will kick your ass." And, I know the high school cop. It was just around the corner from me.
And then you're like, okay, this is gonna be good.
So we guy's
Josh
straight.
sits down. So, let's begin.
The cop just like pulled out the taser, just tases him. Guy doesn't go down. It took like 2 more times of tasing him. Yeah, that was a weird fucking day.
Your cop had a
Just-
taser?
Yes, they do.
Most school cops have a gun, Tanner.
Mine had a gun.
Well, they have
Ours have
both.
Yeah, they typically
They
carry
use
both. Tanner.
cops. Yeah, cops usually carry both.
And by the
They
way-
want a non-lethal means of incapacitating
Okay.
someone.
Non-lethal,
Quick thing.
lethal, what's the difference? They're just stupid
Quick
kids.
thing on the taser thing. There's probably a reason he took multiple. Tasers are one of the most unreliable pieces of shit ever.
And
Like,
the guy was
sometimes they'll
Not
go
sure
down
if you guys know
instantly,
that.
and other times,
Yeah,
it
other
just
times it
won't
doesn't.
affect
Most
them.
actually, a good. I think it's 87% of the time tasers fail. Not like a made-up statistic, if I remember right. That's an
Why?
actual statistic pulled from like police departments. 87% of the time, a taser will fail. They're just not
Why do they
reliable
fail?
because the placement has to be perfect. Otherwise, it doesn't
And, like,
do
both-
anything.
Both
If
prongs
only
have to
one
hit it.
prong gets you, if only one prong hits you, fails. If it doesn't go deep enough in your skin, fails. If you're wearing baggier clothing, guaranteed to pretty much fail. They're super inaccurate. Like, once they come out, they're super affected by wind or anything, so it's easy to fail. The range, very limited. Drop off, all that, very bad. The force behind them, not consistent or good. And a lot of the times, even if it makes a connection, a lot of times it can fail. Because the connection just won't be good enough for the shock to do what it needs to do. Because the perfect setup for a taser is one above the waist, one below the waist. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to land that.
most time it's like chest.
I watch Donut Operator, actually, on that one. That's the guy I've been telling you guys to watch there. Watch him about the taser thing. He talks about how if he ever had to come down to using a taser or something else, 9 times out of 10 he'd pick something else. He said he'd never trust his life on a taser. He said if he had to pull a taser or a gun, he's pulling a gun every single time.
What about?
He said he
like,
would
the
never-
the little handheld stun guns.
The ones that
One
you
where you just
drive
you click
stun,
the button.
where you stick
Yeah.
it to him. Yeah, no, still. He said the same thing. He said they're unreliable. There's no guarantee that somebody goes down. And even if you do make a good connection, that's the other thing, is even if you make a good connection, most chances are they're not going down. Because if you're tasing them, they're on an adrenaline high, and adrenaline highs can stop people from going down easily from those. It's a very common thing.
And sometimes the beanbag shotties don't even work.
Yeah, beanbag shotties. Those things can break fucking bones.
Those things are awesome.
Those
though.
fucking hurt.
The mean
Yeah,
green
people can take
beanbag
shots from
shot.
those. And they'll just stand there. That's why tasers don't work. That's why tasers are unreliable. That, like I said, I cannot, there's no way for me to even recommend that man on Donut Operator. Fucking everything about
One
him, I
of the
endorse
videos
that man
of
with
him
my
I
life.
watched yesterday, it was he was reviewing footage of, this really big fat dude that was in an apartment complex, and he had a knife, and he was doing whatever.
Oh,
And then
okay, I know
the
what you're
cops
talking
got
about. And he comes
called.
charging out.
And he had the
and they
folding
fucking beat him
chair.
up.
He had a folding chair,
How about the
and
folding
then
chair?
they kept telling him stand down and drop the knife. He started coming at him, and they shot him with the beanbag shotty. One bounced off his gut, didn't do anything. He held up the chair, deflected the beanbags, and then he grabbed the woman that was that was there, and then started sawing her throat with the knife. And then they switched to the lethal force and had to put him down. And then Donut Operator said that after that, the only reason why they didn't just put him down instantly, because he was so threatening with the knife, with lethal force, was because they were second guessing themselves, because they know the media would only pick up that they just outright shot him, and that's why the lady died.
Yep. I like I said, dude, I straight up, even though it doesn't mean as much, of course, because I don't have the money to do this kind of things, but I would fucking endorse anything from Donut Operator with, my life on it. That man is great about that shit. Really good descriptions on everything, really good detail on it, talks it over really well and helps you understand. Big thing, like I said, he talks about the taser problem, how they're really bad, you never want to depend upon them. And then he also talks about how, then there's stuff like that, and then how media always takes little quips from videos to make cops look just sinister.
Yep, they always cut out the previous engagements of them talking to him for a half hour, and them resisting giving information, which is technically obstructing justice.
Or resisting arrest.
They always cut those parts out because they don't want to look bad. They don't want the cops to look evil. But yeah, he's got some great videos, dude. Elio, if you're ever
Ethan
sitting
has
there and you want
videos
something to listen
on
to,
bad cops.
he covers everything. He's equal on it. If you want to watch some good videos or listen to good videos, dude, go on YouTube and when you're working or something, and type in LEO recaps, and it'll have a bunch of videos from our boy there, Donut. He fucking, oh man, he got so many of them where it's just hours long and stuff. He covers so much. It's great.
Yeah, because he talks about all that stuff on Twitch too.
But he can't show it on Twitch, but he does the YouTube streams that he keeps on YouTube, which he can show.
It's kind of surprising.
What?
I always thought YouTube was more strict about things.
Yes and no. YouTube will demonetize them, but they won't ban them. Twitch will flat out ban them.
Which is kind of lenient on it.
Dude, Twitch is
It
not
depends.
lenient at all unless you have tits. If you're a good-looking woman and you have tits, they'll be lenient. That's it, though.
That's the moneymaker.
If you're a guy, Twitch will not help you if you're a guy. Don't care what anybody says. It's been proven time and time again. Lady who threw her fucking dog and all that shit, or hit her dog, or... No, that was you. Was that YouTube? That was you. No.
That's Twitch.
The lady who threw her cat. No, was it Twitch? Okay. The lady who threw her cat, or the lady who threw her dog, hit her dog, I don't remember.
That was a
One out of
cat.
two.
There's a cat,
cat
because
one, yeah, that was
cat
the one.
owners typically just toss their cats.
Well, that was a bit different. People
Oh.
with cat owners, they'll toss their cat to the side. Hers was a full-on, she grabbed it and chucked the cat over her head behind her.
Shit.
Jesus.
I didn't
Yeah,
hear that
it wasn't
part of
like
the
a
story.
little. No, yeah, that was in the video. It wasn't like your standard fucking. Oh, they just kind of toss it off to the side. That's okay. Nobody cares about that. She, from what I remember correctly, she takes the cat and it does something and it gets in the way or something. She grabs it and fucking like yeets it behind her head. And of course, she got fine. She was good with that. Nothing happened. But this one guy, who obviously was a bit dumb, but you can't blame the guy. He was probably a little bit on the different spectrum there. And he was just trying to show off like his new catfish pet thing. And apparently, catfish do really well out of water, so he really wasn't any big deal. Like catfish do really well out of water. I think they can do like 4 or 5 minutes out of water just fine. He took his catfish out of his big thing to show it that he had one and like show how cool and because they're usually pretty docile too. And he was showing it, and it kicked its tail back and forth real quick, and it fell out of his hand onto the table. So he quickly grabbed it, and then he put it back in the water. He got banned for that, for animal abuse.
What?
Even though he didn't throw the fish, he didn't fucking do it on purpose. He liked the fish. The fish was his
Squirmed
pet.
out of his hand.
The fish started squirming, and it fell out of his hand and hit the desk, and he got banned.
Fish
for,
are hard
animal
to
abuse.
hold when they're squirming too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was wet, so it's slimy. But yeah, if it started squirming and it fell out of his hand and hit the desk, and he quickly picked it up and put it back in the water. No intent to hurt it, because it's actually his pet, and they banned him for it. Fuck Twitch, man. I mean, I know I'm streaming on Twitch right now, but Jesus Christ, be equal on your rules, for fuck's
This
sake.
doesn't even make it to YouTube.
Like, straight up, the only reason I mainly use Twitch here is because majority of my following is on it, even though it's not even a lot, it's like fucking 30 people. Ooh, big deal, but I don't really feel like worrying about Mixer because this is another hassle. Point is, I use Twitch, sure, but the reason I use Twitch is because it's the only one that lets you move the stream over to YouTube as a video, which is way easier. Especially because there's no way to directly do a video from Xbox to YouTube unless you have like a, like something like a capture card shit. Yeah, exactly.
Boys,
yeah.
Are we getting close? Because I do have to get up early tomorrow
Yeah,
for work.
we can cut it off here pretty much. It's just, I don't know, that's just my opinion of it. I like Twitch kind of for the streaming part of it. Like I said, it's decent because I can just move it over as a video. But policy-wise, they're garbage. I would use Mixer if Mixer allowed me to port the streams, but they don't, so fuck it. If Mixer actually allowed me to port the streams easily, yeah, pretty much. If Mixer let me fucking port my streams over, dude, sure as shit I'd be on there because it works so much nicer. But that is not.
It's just a lot more smooth on Xbox. Plus, like streaming.
It's a lot more smooth in general, dude. Stream delay is way better.
It's just like it's not optimized for Xbox at all.
No, it's really not. That's not even really Xbox's fault. I think that's why Xbox ended up going into Mixer is because fucking Twitch doesn't take care of the app. They don't push anything for it.
No, they don't update it ever. Wait, no, they put in the one update for like while you're streaming to have the mini dashboard up to adjust your volumes. That's about it.
That, and they made it where you can actually move the little fucking symbol thing now. Instead of being in the bottom middle of your screen all the time, you can move it like top right. Yeah. That's because mine's on the top right now. But that's about it. They don't do shit otherwise. But alright, I guess we can cut it there so Jake can get going to bed. That's a decent one.
Yep.
So, I guess, alright, whatever. Thank you for watching, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope my ramblings of a psychotic possible bomb-making
Possible terrorist
that I don't quite know what happened to because I haven't seen him since then was good enough for everyone. But other than that, I hope everyone enjoys. Hope it was
The
entertaining.
nostalgia.
Talk about Halo for a
And I
little
hope
bit.
everyone had fun.
Yeah, it's a nostalgia podcast. Same.
Yeah, nostalgia. I'll remember to name this one. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Fuck yourselves. Alright, take it easy, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'd assume you guys were going to say bye too.